Hello everyone, Shane Vance here. Today, I will be going back to My Little Pony Friendship is Magic and review the Season 2 episode, Sweet and Elite. Now to anyone who has not heard of this episode, it's about Rarity visiting Canterlot and eventually rubbing elbows with the Canterlot socialites. Before I talk about the episode, I will say that this plotline of a common folk befriending people of upper class before getting caught up in their environment has been done in many cartoons, like Big City Greens and SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, it's one of those cliches that nearly every long-running cartoon has. Anyway, we start the episode off with Rarity coming into a room in the Canterlot castle that Princess Celestia has arranged for her and her pet cat Opal to stay in, and let's just say that if you thought Twilight sucking up to Celestia was cringy, Rarity might give her some competition.
Thank you. Thank you.
Moving on after the intro, Rarity has taken Opal out for lunch and considers making Twilight a dress for her upcoming birthday. Soon though, she catches the attention of a socialite unicorn couple named Jet Set and Upper Crust. Just as they're making small talk, Rarity is soon approached by a hillbilly stereotype who reveals to the snobs about Rarity's origins, causing the two to leave in a huff.
Well, they seem real nice.
Boy, Mater from Cars would have a field day with this guy. We transition back to Rarity's room at the castle where Jet Set and Upper Crust's words start to get to her. When she goes to buy some materials for Twilight's dress, she bumps into another elitist named Fancy Pants. Though unlike the last two she met, this guy is rather decent. How decent, you may ask? Decent enough to invite Rarity to an upcoming Wonderbolts derby. Before we get to that scene though, Rarity is mulling over whether she should go or not based on how she should work on Twilight's dress. However, Rarity doesn't want to upset her new friend, so she goes to the show. Set and Crust are also in attendance and react rather surprised when Rarity is allowed into a private section. Soon enough, the socialites watch the show and Rarity reveals some knowledge about one of the Wonderbolts and that Rainbow Dash relayed that knowledge onto her, but she finds herself pressured when they ask who Rainbow Dash is. Not wanting to embarrass herself by saying that she is friends with an uncultured pony, she lies and says that Rainbow Dash is the Wonderbolt's trainer, which impresses the rest of the elite.
Cheers for Rarity, my new favorite party guest.
Now, you might be thinking that this is one of those liar-revealed episodes, when someone makes a bunch of stories to deem themselves as a big shot, but in reality, they're full of nonsense, but you might be disappointed. To avoid spoilers, wait until the end of the video to know what I am talking about. Anyway, we go to the next scene where Rarity is hanging out with Fancy Pants' entourage and Rarity starts feeling overwhelmed when she keeps getting invited to some events they are holding. When Rarity says no, they start pleading to her like a bunch of school children. Eventually, Rarity accepts their invites and she soon speaks to Opal about her conflicting feelings.
Finishing Twilight's dress in time for her birthday party is still my top priority. But I can't possibly disappoint the Canterlot elite by rejecting their invitations now, can I?
So after that bit of wishy-washiness, we come across the episode song where Rarity attends many events that the elite are attending. I remember watching the episode on YouTube when it came out almost 13 years ago because I didn't know if my house had access to the hub, though it didn't matter because I was staying at my grandparents' home, and I recall only seeing bits and pieces of this song. It's mostly like a sophisticated rap number but is forgettable at best, apart from very noticeable silent cameos of Prince Blueblood. I guess Rarity doesn't hold much of a grudge from the latter's actions at the Grand Galloping Gala. Anyway, all of these events end up cutting into Rarity's time to make Twilight's birthday dress. The next day Rarity is about to leave for Ponyville where she plans on finishing Twilight's dress as she only barely started by just making the dress's base. However, she gets a letter inviting her to a garden party that takes place the following night, which is the same night as Twilight's birthday. And since she's been wasting her time socializing with the Canterlot elite all episode, you might know where this is going.
It's just too important.
Rarity writes a letter back home claiming that Opal has fallen ill and that she won't be able to make it to Twilight's party. However, on the night of the garden party, Rarity gets a little surprised just as she is about to walk out the doors. Rarity's friends tell her that they have decided to relocate Twilight's birthday in Canterlot so that she won't miss it. I won't ask where Spike is because that question has been burning through the fandom ever since the episode was released. Anyway, Rarity starts panicking as her friends are close to finding out what she's been up to. After getting Opal wet to keep up the charade that she's sick, Twilight actually likes how Rarity's dress she's making for her is in no way fancy schmancy. I guess her time in Ponyville has made her appreciate the simple things in life. Soon enough, the girls get settled at a ballroom where the garden party is taking place outside simultaneously. What follows is a fast-paced back and forth of Rarity timing the events.
Is that Princess Celestia? I need to use the little filly's room. Can I get any pony more punch?
Soon enough, she gets so exhausted that she nearly gives herself away to her friends, but Twilight ends up misinterpreting Rarity's actions.
All of those ponies look so posh. And with the Grand Galloping Gala coming up, I bet you could totally get some of them to buy your dresses. Very smart.
And here I thought she was the smart one of the group. Just as Rarity thinks she's in the clear and Twilight suggests she go mingle with the socialites, Rainbow Dash steps in and encourages the main six to go out with her. What follows is a series of events that is basically a watered-down version of the Grand Galloping Massacre. And just to put it out there, Twilight's crazy dance was based on that crazy dance made by Elaine from Seinfeld. Also, as standoffish as these ponies are, some random strangers showing up uninvited to a party and making a mess of things would annoy me too. The chaos comes to an abrupt end when Fancy Pants compliments Twilight's dress and Twilight credits Rarity as the creator. After which, Rarity finally decides that she'd rather be with her friends than be a big shot in Canterlot because she considers her friends to be important. Jet Set and Upper Crust laugh this off at first, but Fancy Pants actually takes a liking to the Ponyville girls and asks Rarity to make him a similar dress. Jet Set and Upper Crust immediately change their tune to save face. After which, Rarity is seen trying to write the by-then weekly letter to Celestia regarding the friendship lesson she has acknowledged. But Celestia herself appears for her to tell in person.
You should never forget that you are the product of your home and your friends. And that is something always to be proud of, no matter what.
And I got to say that this message rings true to this day. You see, a lot of people can get so caught up in living like an upper-class person that they end up forgetting who they are and focusing only on their social status. So much so that they might be willing to blow off a friend of theirs if it means keeping up that social status. Though, they may end up realizing that maybe living this kind of life isn't as important as they think and that they should be happy with the life they were given. And that was Sweet and Elite. Overall, it was an alright episode, with some drawbacks like Rarity never getting caught in her lies and the song being not all memorable. Some years ago, I considered this to be my second favorite episode of the second season. Does that still ring true today? Well, I don't know. Well, this has been Shane Vance and I'll see you later.